Okay, so this is gonna be clips for 309, clips number 2. Okay, it's clip number 2. Okay, start. So now we're gonna go to the next topic. Okay, this time we're gonna come back to a real intertemporal model. Okay, we're gonna come back here. A real intertemporal model. Okay, but this time it's gonna be different from what we learned before, because this time we're gonna consider the case of open economy. Okay, open economy. This time we're gonna focus on open economy. Okay, so let's see. This is what you learned before. This is Y, O. This is R, the real interest. Then you have YD. You have YS. YD comes from C plus I plus G. Okay. You have equilibrium point Y1, R1. Okay. Don't forget the basic of the theory that we learned before. Okay. YS, supply for the whole country. Supply for the whole country comes from labor market. Remember, we have demand for labor, ND, we have supply for labor, NS. Okay, after we have the labor in the economy, we have production function, Y equal to Z multiplied by function of K and L. Technology Z, capital K and labor, oh no, not L, N, okay, labor N, okay. Together we can produce something. Okay, the number of the product we can produce represent YS. Okay, and then you have YD, demand for the whole country. Demand for the whole country comes from consumption, C. Consumption is going to be high or low, depend on the real interest rate. Remember, if the real interest rate is high, everyone want to save more, consume less. If the real interest rate is low, everyone going to save less and consume more. Okay. And I, investment. Investment also depends on R, real interest rate. If the real estate is high, the cost of borrowing is high, you're going to borrow less and invest less. If the real estate is low, the cost of borrowing is low, you're going to borrow more and invest more. Okay? And last one is going to be G, the government spending. Okay? This is come from the fiscal policy of the government. Okay? Then after that, okay, we have YD, we have YS. However, this is a case of no international trading. No international trading. This is just like when you close your country. So I'm going to write down E here is an ED. Okay, equilibrium point I'm going to write down as an ED. ED is mean equilibrium point for a domestic. D for the domestic when we close our country. Okay, this is when we close our country using YD. This is when we close our country using RD. Okay, YD, RD, and ED. This is equilibrium point when we close our country for domestic. GDP when we close our country for domestic. Okay, real interest rate for domestic. Okay, we have this one. And then after that, if we open our economy, how it's gonna be? We're gonna have two different cases. So let me write down the other graph over here. R, Y, O, YD equal to C plus I, C of R plus I of R plus G, YS, ED, YD, RD. Okay, I have this one. Okay, I'm going to have two cases. Okay, case on the left and case on the right. Okay. So then, let's see how it works, okay? First case here, I use the blue color. This is a case of when you open your country and you found out that the real interest rate of the world is higher. Real interest of the world is higher over here. This one, when you open your country and you found out that the real interest rate of the world is lower. Okay, real interest rate of the world is lower. So you have two cases. And again, when you open the country, you need to follow the financial market of the world. You need to follow the real estate of the world. So how is it going to be? This one, After you open your country, you found out that the real estate of the world is higher than in your country. You need to follow them. So how is it gonna be? Okay? From here, after you open your country, okay, after you open your country, you need to follow the real estate of the world. The real estate of the world is high. How is it gonna be? Demand point. Demand curve is moving here. This is demand for the whole country. When the real estate is higher, because you follow the real estate of the world, people are going to consume less. People are going to invest less. Demand for the whole country going to the left. On the other hand, when the real estate is higher, supply going to the right. This is supply. Supply going to the right because when the real estate is higher, people want to work more. When people work more, we have more labor in the economy and then we can produce more. And then you have the gaps over here. Supply greater than demands. Supply greater than demand. We produce more, but we buy less. We produce more and buy less. So then what does it mean? We have excess supply. Okay, excess supply. Okay, when we have excess supply, we have a lot of product that nobody wants to buy. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna export to the other country. We're gonna export to the other country. So then YD over here. Okay, the old curve, YD equal to C plus I plus G. Now we're going to plug in a new variable, a new factor into the equation. It's going to be NX. NX as an export minus import. In this case, we have an excess supply problem. We have a lot of product that nobody wants to buy. So what we're going to do is we're going to export to the other country. So then this one, NX will be positive. When an X is positive, it means that YD is going to shift to the right. Here, this is a new YD equal to C plus I plus G plus NX, which is going to be positive. Shift to the right. The new equilibrium point is going to move in here. Okay, E2, Y2, GDP increasing. And the real estate is going to be the real estate of the world. Excess supply problem disappear because we're going to export to the other country. Again, this one shift up because we're adding NX into the equation and NX is positive. Okay? How about this one? How about this one? This is a case that when you open the country, okay, when you open the country, you found out that the real estate of the world is lower. When the real estate of the world is lower, what problem you're going to have? Real interest rate is lower. If you are people, you're going to consume more, save less. Consume more, save less. If you are the business sector, when the real estate is lower, you're going to borrow more and invest more. Okay? So then demand is going to moving to the right. How about supply? When the real estate is lower, people are going to work less. Okay? Then we're going to produce less. This is supply. The problem you have is you have excess demand problem. Okay? Excess demand problem means people want to buy more than people want to sell. People want to buy more than the product that we can produce. So that is mean that the product in our country is not enough. If the product in our country is not enough, we need to borrow. No, not borrow. We need to import. Sorry. We need to import the product from the other country. So in this case, NX is negative. Okay? When NX is negative, when we adding NX into YD equation, YD curve going to shift to the left. This is YD. C plus I plus G plus NX, which is negative. Okay, shift to the left. Equilibrium point is here, E2, Y2. The real estate going down to RW. Okay, then you're done. Then you're done. So you can see that when you open the country, you're going to have two cases. Okay? When you open the country, you have two cases. Depending on how the real interest rate of the world is going to be compared to the real interest rate in our country. If the real estate of the world is lower in our country and X is negative, YD move to the left. If the real estate of the world is higher, then NX is positive, we're going to export more, and YD shifts to the right. Okay, we have two cases here. Okay, next one. This is Y, O, and this is R. This is YD, that is already included an X into the equation. Let's say an X1. This is YS. This is, let's say, E1, Y1, RW1. Okay? This is a graph of the country that already opened the country. Okay? This is a graph of the country that already opened the country because the equilibrium point already follow the real estate of the world, RW1. And you already have an X in the graph. Okay? You already have an X in YD. This is an X1. This is the case that you already opened the country. Okay? You already follow the real estate of the world. Okay? And then this one. This is a case that for some reason, if something changed in the financial market in the world, if the real interest rate of the world change, how it affect your country. Okay? For example, if the real estate of the world that we already follow, RW1, for some reason, the real estate of the world increasing from RW1 to RW2. Okay, then what happened? Follow the same logic that we learned before. Follow the same step. The real estate of the world, for some reason, increasing from RW1 to RW2. For demands, demand is higher, going to the right. Supply, lower, going to the left. Then the problem you have is you have excess. No, sorry, this is supply. So supply increasing going to the right, demand increasing going to the left. Then you have excess supply problem. Okay? For some reason, the real estate of the world increasing, supply increasing to the right, demand decreasing to the left. You have excess supply problem. Excess supply problem again. It means our country produce a lot of the product and we buy less. So we have some product left that nobody in our country want to buy. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna export this excess supply product to the other country. So in this case, you're gonna export it. NX will be positive. Okay? If NX is positive, NX is in the equation of YD. When NX is positive, it means that YD is gonna be increasing or shift to the right. Like this. This is a new YD. Okay, equal to C plus I plus G plus NX2. Okay, note it here that NX2 is higher than NX1. The new equilibrium point is going to be here, E2. GDP increasing from Y1 to Y2. The real estate increasing to RW2. Okay, then done. So what's so good? Okay? Okay? So then after you learn the basic of the real intertemporal model for the open economy, then you're gonna play with it. We're gonna have 3 cases to play with it. Okay, and we're going to bring the case that we learned before in the case of the cost economy to apply it here. Okay, so first one, okay, first cases is a case of if the government spending increasing. Okay, if the government spending increasing, this is Y, O, R. This is YD equal to C plus I plus G1 plus NX1. This is YS. This is E1, Y1, RW is here. Okay, RW is here. Okay, GDP as Y1, the real estate of the world that we follow, RW. Okay, this is fixed because this depends on the world market. YD. This is open economy. We already have an X in the equation, an X in the model. This is an X1. And this is I write out G1 because G is going to change. Okay? So then, let's see, I'm going to change to the blue color. This is a case of if the government increasing their spending. Okay, increasing G from G1 to G2. Let's say G2 is greater than G1. Okay, let's say G2 is greater than G1. When the government increasing their spending from G1 to G2, okay, as you remember, okay, we're gonna have a big effects and small effects. Okay, I will not recall it. I will not go into the detail. You need to going back to your lecture if you already forget it. Okay, for the big effects, G is here inside YD. So this is a big and a direct effect. When G increasing their spending, it means the demand for the whole country is going to be increasing a lot. So then YD is going to shift to the right a lot, very big gaps. That is a big effect. This is YD equal to C plus I plus G2 plus NX2. Okay? YD shift to the right a lot because of G increasing, G1 to G2. NX still the same. This is NX1. And this is NX1, NX still the same. This is only the effect of G, okay? G1 to G2, YD shift to the right, and this is a big effect. And you should be remember that we also have a small effect in the model. Small effect is when the government spend more, okay? People are gonna afraid that someday in the future the government gonna tax more. Someday, we don't know, it's not today, okay? Someday in the future, the government gonna tax us more. So we as a people, we as a labor, what we need to do is we need to prepare ourselves to pay more tax in the future. So what we're gonna do today is we're gonna start working more. Okay? When everyone afraid of paying more tax in the future, when everyone preparing themselves to pay more tax, they're gonna work more. When everyone work more, we're gonna have more labor in the economy. The whole economy can produce more. And again, these are small effects. When the whole economy can produce more as a small effects, supply for the whole country, YS going to shift to the right. This is YS, shift to the right. Okay, big effects from demand, small effect from supply. Okay, normally if we stay in the cross economy, the new equilibrium point is supposed to be here. Let's say point A. The new equilibrium point is supposed to be here if we stay in the closed economy, point A. However, it's not in this case. Because in this case, we stay in open economy. In open economy, remember, the main idea for the open economy is we need to follow the real estate of the world. The real estate of the world is fixed, depending on the world market. Since the real estate of the world is fixed here, after demand shift to the right, a lot, big effects, this is demand. Supply shift to the right, small effect, this is supply. Okay, at the fixed, the real estate of the world, RW here, demands greater than supply. Creating excess demand problem. Okay, creating excess demand problem. Excess demand problem means the product that we can produce in our country is not enough, so then we need to import more. Okay, excess demand problem, which means we need to import more. When we import more, NX will be negative going down. Let's say NX2 is less than NX1. Okay, when we import more, NX become negative, we're gonna have a negative effect on YD. YD gonna shift back to the left. Okay, here, shift back to the, this is YD equal to C plus I plus G2 plus NX2. Okay, this shift back to the left because of NX become lower. Okay, because we need to import more. Then, finally, the GDP increasing only small gaps. The GDP increasing only small gap. For the closed economy, GDP is supposed to be here. Okay, for the closed economy, the GDP is supposed to go into point A, YA. However, for the open economy, okay, because when the government spend more, creating excess demand problem, we need to import more, and X become negative, then GDP increasing only a small number because we need to import a lot. Okay, Y1 increasing only Y2. Okay, done for the case, for the first case. So then case number 2. Okay, this is a second case. Okay, this is a case of current total factor productivity increasing. Current means today. For some reason, today productivity increasing. This is a case that you learned before. Again, if we talk about today productivity, it means that we have effects on labor. Okay, we have effect on labor. Okay, for some reason, labor today can work more. So this one means that MPL will increasing. Okay, MPL will increasing. If you still remember, when MPL increasing, it means that labor have more productivity. We're gonna have effects in labor market. Okay, when MPL increasing, firms gonna want to hire more labor. Okay, because MPL is hiding inside demand for labor. When labor have more productivity, demand for labor gonna be higher. Firm gonna hire more labor. When firm hire more labor, we're gonna have more labor in the economy. And then when we have labor more in the economy, the whole economy can produce more. Okay. So in this case, we have only big effects, no small effects. When we have more labor, we can produce more. Supply for the whole country gonna shift to the right. These are big effects. Okay, supply for the whole country shift to the right because of labor have more productivity and firm gonna hire more labor, and then we have more labor in the economy. We can produce more. Why? And shift to the not shift to the left, shift to the right. Okay, shift to the right over here. Then again, this is a case of open economy. Open economy, the real interest rate of the world is fixed because it depends on the world economy, depends on the world market. It's not depend on us. Okay, since it's fixed here, okay, supply going to the right, it means that it is supply. This is demand. Okay, it's creating excess supply problem. Okay, we have excess supply problem. We produce a lot. We buy less. We have some product left that nobody in our country want to buy. What we're gonna do is we're gonna export to the other country, and X will be increasing. When NX increasing, okay, from NX1 to NX2, let's say that NX2 is greater than NX1. Okay, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna export it to the other country. When we export more, NX increasing, NX is inside YD. It means that YD have a positive effect. Okay, we export more, NX become positive, higher. YD gonna shift to the right. This is YD equal to C plus I plus G plus NX2. NX1 increasing to NX2. The new equilibrium point is here, E2. GDP increasing a lot, Y1 to Y2. Real estate of the world still the same. Okay, so we have this case. Done. Okay, good. Okay, last one, case number 3. Future productivity, okay, increasing. future productivity increasing. Okay, this is a starting point. Okay, again, this is a case that we learned before. Okay, future productivity increasing. This one refers to a new technology on machine, on capital. We know for sure we're going to have a new machine available in the market. Okay, the new machine, the new robot can help us to produce more. Okay, but however, this is coming. This is still not today. This is coming from the future. So if you know that we're going to have a new technology that's coming from the future, okay, available, what you have to do today is you need to make an investment. Okay, you need to make an investment on research and development. Okay, something like that. Okay, so this one implies for MPK in the future is increasing. We have a new technology available, but the new technology still didn't come. If you want it, you need to make an investment. Okay, investment. Where is investment in the model? Investment is hiding inside YD, and you can see YD equal to C plus I1 plus G plus NX1. Okay, so because now we know we're going to have a new technology in the future that's coming. If you want to get it, you need to make investment. So investment is going to be higher from I1 to I2. Let's say I2 is greater than I1. Okay, when you make more investment, okay, YD is going to shift to the right, and this is have only a big effect. Okay, this is YD equal to C plus I2 plus G plus NX1. Okay, from I1 increasing to I2. NX still the same. NX1 and NX1. Okay, still the same because this is only effects from investment. Okay. If we stay in the closed economy, the new equilibrium point is supposed to be here, point A. However, it's not because this is the case of the open economy. For the open economy, we follow the real estate of the world. Okay, sorry, this one should be RW. We follow the real estate of the world, so the real interest rate of the world is fixed. Okay, depend on the world market. Okay, and the real estate of the world here that is fixed. Then demand already going to the right is demand. Supply is still here. We have the gaps over here, and it's have the problem, excess demand problem. Demand greater than supply. The product in our country is not enough. Since it's not enough, what we have to do is we need to import from the other country. When we import from the other country, NX will be lower. Let's say NX2 is less than NX1. Okay? When NX become lower, this means that YD is going to be shifted backward to the left. This is YD equal to C plus I2 plus G plus NX2. Shift to the left because of NX. Okay, come back here. GDP is not changing. GDP is still here at Y1. The real estate RW. Okay, so in this case, in the case of future productivity increasing have no effects on GDP. GDP is still the same because it shifts to the right, and after that it shifts back to the left. Still here. Okay, so here the last case done. Okay, so we're done with the real intertemporal model with the open economy. Okay, so I'm gonna stop here. Okay, and waiting for the next clips. Okay.